Use code TOASTY for 10% off any purchase at fatalclips.com. What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gents, Toast and Toast is your boy Wicked Toast here, and today we are back with a video talking about Black Ops 4 and what they need to do to make this game great. Just for a forewarning of the video, these are going to be opinionated statements. They're not necessarily like absolute needs for the game, but these are things that the community as a whole would love to see. The first topic that we're going to be discussing here is Call of Duty just needs to be Call of Duty. As you guys do know, over the last few years, Call of Duty has been just not being Call of Duty. Honestly, they're trying to sit here and be other games because they noticed that Destiny was being a successful game. So they tried to implement things from Destiny. They seen that Overwatch had a really great flow in their multiplayer, and they're like, hey, let's try to implement that. And that's what I actually was going to go on in this topic, is that I did see a tweet from Charlie Intel talking about how Black Ops 4 had that intentionally implemented into their multiplayer, but is now regretting the decision and they are changing it. So thank God we're not going to see Overwatch multiplayer inside of Black Ops 4. If people are going to want to play Overwatch, they'll just go and play Overwatch. But the thing is, Call of Duty can't be Overwatch, because if they decide to go down the same road as them, then what's the point of having Overwatch? It's just basically a remake as Black Ops 4. So in my eyes, I feel like Call of Duty should just stick to the roots. As a lot of you guys know, Call of Duty was great for its simple concept. You get back home from a super long day, you just want to hop on and play some Call of Duty on a first-person shooter. So typically with the old games, you just load up your PS3, you press X twice, and boom, you're in a team deathmatch game. But as of recently, with a bunch of Call of Duty games, they have been going down the route to make it a lot more complicated and try to make the main menu look pretty. I don't see the need of remaking Destiny's Tower to go watch people open supply drops. Let's be honest, people don't care about your stupid microtransactions. People don't care about what their friends get in a supply drop. And personally, I don't want to sit there and wait 2 minutes to load into the headquarters before I can actually load up an actual match of Call of Duty. What I want to do is hop on the game, click X twice, and get in a game at the snap of a finger. And that's what I personally felt that Call of Duty was doing right at the time. They kept the game simple. A game doesn't have to have a complicated menu to be good. It can be a simple layout. It can be simple to get in the game. It can be simple to just play. I just don't understand why they decided to go and take a complicated route, having a bunch of different routes that you could go to. Like for like World War II, this is just as an example. I'm not trying to like dimmy down on all the developers, because they did a fantastic job and there's no way I could possibly even step up to the plate of what they're doing. But with the menu, like, it's just, they make it so difficult to find where you're going. Why couldn't they just keep it the same left side layout that they've had in like all the typical Call of Duty game? Your play online, play offline, LAN party, options, exit game, stuff like that. Like, it could just be as simple as having a list on the left side and everyone would be fine with that. But they just decided to get rid of that system, and they just tried to be like other games, and they just made it a lot more complicated. I think I'm hitting the nail on the head here for basically anyone in the Call of Duty community who plays on multiplayer. They personally don't want to sit there and wait 2 minutes inside of a headquarters before they can actually get in a game. I mean, for God's sakes, when I played World War II for the first time, I got done with my match, I didn't even have time to create a class. Like, seriously, I didn't have time to go and actually add stuff to my class because I was too busy loading in, because they had to load up this big-ass headquarters that I honestly didn't want to be in anyway. I just don't see the point of making it so complicated. If they would have kept the same system of just clicking a match, joining in, you level up, you get attachments, you get back out, you're at the main menu, and you can customize your classes for like a minute. Dude, it was perfect. There was nothing wrong with what they did. That's what they did great, and that's why I loved it. But the fact that they're sitting here trying to be other games is what's making it go downhill. I mean, a lot of you guys are going to be like, oh, well, Call of Duty needs a change. Well, that's basically the crybabies of the community. Call of Duty is Call of Duty. The instant that they decide to go and try to be something else, that's just when Call of Duty is really stepping away from the stuff that they're doing right. They literally stick to their roots. If they have the same play style, if they continue the things that they did right, it would still be amazing. And that's also kind of leading into another subject about Call of Duty, is typically like when the community is asking for something to be fixed, they never focus on what the community is actually saying. And quite frankly, I think that's the reason why Fortnite's doing so well. I have stopped playing Fortnite, but I will have to admit, they are very, very smart as a marketing business. They listen to the community. They work on constant updates for the game weekly. Weekly updates, keep in mind, and I see hardly anything coming from the newer Call of Duties. I mean, occasionally they'll add a weapon in a supply drop, and then you can go waste $100 not to get the weapon that you actually want, and then you just go and burn your duplicates to go and get more crypto keys to spend on more rare supply drops to not get your gun. Hey, look, I got an envelope in the mail. Let's see what it says. Oh, wait, you're $100 in debt because you spent it on cryptocurrency in Black Ops 3. what I'm saying, in those type of situations, you don't need to just add a gun for an update. Honestly, I don't think people truly care whether or not they're going to get a DLC weapon and a supply drop. What they're truly meaning to do is just play a first-person shooter and pwn some noobs. That's what we're there for. We're the noob punishers. Yeah. I mean, even just rocking seasonal events, or maybe even just, like, weekly events, as said before, like, it would just add a little bit more freshness to the game. Not necessarily changing the play style of things, but, like, just seasonal updates. Or maybe even a day and night cycle. I would have loved to see Call of Duty with a day and night cycle, like whether or not you'd be playing on Nuketown, it could be night or day. Like, it would be just really, really cool. It would add something like fresh and new. Just personally, I think it would just be such a subtle difference, but people would really, really enjoy that. Because I mean, I wouldn't mind playing on maps that would have a day and night cycle, because I think that would just make it a little bit more different, so then you don't have the same thing happening over and over again. And I'm just gonna bring MWR into the equation here. Modern Warfare Remastered did do seasonal events, and that was something super, super sick. They added the winter crash, and you could actually play it even after winter, which I didn't really understand, but it was still cool, because it was a variant of the map, and it proves that they can do that. They can do it while it's in development. I don't understand, when they post a game, why wouldn't they continue to work to make it better? Because if they have an idea, why not apply that idea and see how the community likes it? If the community doesn't like it, then take it out. It's that easy. There's nothing wrong with implementing something different. You know, just have to make sure whether or not that's going to be the better end for the game itself. Is it worth the update to go and add this into the game? Is it worth to change this game mode for this reason? These are just like simple questions that should be easily answered by anyone working under Activision's control. We are typically the consumers of their marketing business, so we should still have some type of part in what they do with the game. Not necessarily controlling like their entire decisions, but maybe we could just take some partial part of like the balance in the games. Especially for Black Ops 3, I just gotta say this, is their nerfing and buffing system was totally wacko. I don't know what the heck their multiplayer team was thinking, their developers were thinking. I honestly have no idea. Because, like, dude, we had the Brecci in there, and they decided to buff the damn thing, and that's the most overpowered gun in the entire game. Why would you buff the most overpowered gun in the game? Like, dude, you can literally shoot somebody with that shotgun twice at an assault rifle range. Like, is that not stupid? And then, of course, like, nerfing the snipers, I mean, that's really hindering a lot of the sniper community. And that was a huge, huge base of the multiplayer portion of the game. People would just miss the days when they could hop on a game and wouldn't have to worry about all these unnecessary buffs and nerfs and actually just play the game itself in all of its gust and glory. But I mean, I'm not a developer. I can't really speak my mind on the subjects about what they're gonna buff, what they are gonna nerf. Whatever their decisions are, we have to deal with it. But I'm just saying this for a portion of the community. Call of Duty needs to listen and take in what we are saying, because if they don't, their community is going to be dipped down to nothing. This is Call of Duty's last chance to be great. Black Ops 4 is the last standing pillar for the game. Call of Duty has been just striking all of the other pillars, and the building is about to collapse, and Black Ops 4 is the last thing standing for Call of Duty. I have no doubt that Black Ops 4 will deliver and be an absolutely amazing game, but I'm just hoping for the community as a whole that Call of Duty will listen. I just hope they will listen, because we are what is driving their market for this community. We are the ones buying the game. We are the ones supporting the game. We are the ones producing the content for the game. We are the ones basically marketing for you. We are doing this for you. Call of Duty. Listen, Activision. Whether or not this video even reaches out to anyone who is working as a developer in the Treyarch team, Call of Duty team, the Activision team, all of you guys, if you guys could share this video, and please try to just go and share this video around so it can get a little bit more exposure, because I feel like there's a lot of key points in this video that people will want to hear. If you guys would like to see another video just like this one, let me know down in the comments. I'll be sure to make another one, because I didn't actually get to reach all the points I wanted to talk about, and I would like to share another video about this subject. If you guys did enjoy the video and found this video at least a little bit informing, make sure to press that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, so you guys stay up to date with when we do posts. But other than that, guys, as always, keep it just my friends. Laters!